Out early this morning, the sun's just peeking up, and got a good early start. And we're here at the first trap, but I'm afraid it's going to be the last trap of the day too, because just as I pulled up to a stop here, I had a bit of a backfire, and now I got nothing out of this my new Tundra. I got no spark, no nothing, so I'm pretty sure the coil popped on me. But that's the bad news. But this is the good news here. This is the one and only trap I'm going to check today. Has a marten in it. Little female, but better than nothing. How's the bait doing in there? Oh, lots of bait. So we'll get this. Might not even need to put a new trap in there. This one's pretty. Let's see if we need here. Oh yeah, very warm temperatures right now. It's in Canadian degrees. It's like plus 5, so you're looking 40 degrees during the day today, and it just barely went below freezing last night. So, this marten was partially frozen, but not bad enough to lock him into the trap. Okay, I'm just about halfway back. I forgot to tell you back there too, and I guess I should have known it was going to be one of those days. When I got to where the snow machine broke down, I looked behind me and I noticed the sleigh wasn't there. So I popped a pin on the sleigh, and it ended up being way back here, which is about, I guess I'm about halfway back, so maybe 2 miles I've gone so far. But that's where my coffee was, so I decided to sit down here for a second and have a cup of coffee. And, maybe feel sorry for myself, I guess, I don't know. But anyhow, like you always say, I mean, the only people that don't have breakdowns are the people that don't have anything to break down, so. Anyways, I'm, but sitting there just thinking it, maybe, you think back and about when you're younger and, you get a breakdown and it's not a big deal. I've had days, I don't know, any of you guys that read my book, that first year I didn't, the whole time I was in the bush, I didn't do any snowmobiling or anything. I just was snowshoeing everything until the last half of the winter when I got the snowmobile. But after that, you get breakdowns, you get stuck in the slush. And of course that was before I realized how easy it was to get out of the slush if you had the proper equipment. But lots of times break down, you got 15, 16, 20 miles. I think the longest I walked, it wasn't because, well, it was, I guess, because of a breakdown, but 41 miles in a day. I walked 23 miles out of my trap line, and then got 18 miles from home and ran out of gas with my truck. And that was about December 15th, 6 o'clock at night on the Hornpain Highway. And if anybody who's ever traveled that highway knows there's no traffic, so I walked 18 miles and on that highway, never had a vehicle go past me. But it's all part of the game. Just try and keep it to a minimum. Keep your equipment up. But a coil is something that you really, I guess you could carry spare coils with you if you wanted, but they don't go. I think this is the third time in my life I've had a coil go on a snowmobile. But the whole thing just, makes you realize you're getting older, and You know, the hardest part for me about getting older and being in this game is, you know, like I sit out here and I'm in the middle of, you know, I guess what you'd call semi-wilderness. It's not wilderness like the guys up north have, or what I used to have. But still, it doesn't matter. You know, if you're in the bush, if you're a mile off the road, or if you're 50 miles off the road, if you get hurt, you know, it could be catastrophic for you. But like I said, the hardest thing for me is knowing that probably the rest of my life, the rest of my trapping career, I'll never be able to stand on a hill looking over a pond or on the shore of a lake and, you know, think to myself that, man, this is so cool. There's probably never been another person standing here. And because I know here that'll never happen. There's not I doubt a square foot of land in this park that somebody hasn't stepped on at some point. But, you know, back on my earlier trap lines in Ontario, you know, there was places I went that I was, you know, fairly certain that nobody had ever been before. Even down in on my last trap line, which, you know, one end of the trap line was only a few miles from the highway, and there was actual roads, lumbering, you know, timber forestry roads going through the north end of it, but the south end of it bordered the Puckasaw National Park. And I'm telling you something, that is some wild ass country down there. And you know, you get down, you walk into a little pond to see if there's any beavers in it, and you end up, you're standing on top of a hill looking straight down 350 feet to the pond. And it's just a cool feeling that, yeah, I'll never feel again. So, but what can you do? Anyways, I'm going to finish up my coffee. Depending on what time I get out of there, I might stop at the other snowmobile and maybe run in there and check, maybe cut a little bit of trail, check those wolf snares I set at the kill the other day. Like I said, it depends on what time I get there. So, anywho, signing out. Oh, reminds me of a poem from, I just mean the sitting here feeling sorry for yourself. Some of the old timers that you guys will know, you'll remember the days of pay toilets. And for you young guys, this is when you know, the shopping stores put washrooms in their buildings for the public, and they actually, you had to go in and pay a dime to use them. They had a little coin slot, and it was locked until you put some money in there. But they had a poem that made for that scenario, and it was kind of went like this: here I sit broken-hearted, paid a dime and only farted. Yesterday I took a chance, saved a dime but shit my pants. So anywho, on that note, we'll sign out and keep walking. Keep your boots dry, guys.